reported today in The Verge. Mesmerizing graph shows uncomfortably close encounters between space junk. As the number of satellites and space junk in orbit continues to increase, so do the chances of these human-made objects colliding with one another, potentially creating more debris that could threaten other healthy spacecraft. Now, a new tool shows just how crowded Earth orbit is by tracking space objects through their close calls every couple of seconds. Called the Conjunction Streaming Service Demo, the graph tool illustrates in real time the sheer number of space objects, out of an assortment of 1,500 items in low Earth orbit, that get uncomfortably close to one another in a period of 20 minutes. While the x-axis keeps track of the time, the y-axis shows the short distance between two approaching space objects, ranging from 5 kilometers to the dreaded 0 kilometers. On the graph is a series of arcs demonstrating when two pieces of debris rapidly move toward one another, make their closest approach, and then speed away. No matter when you glance at the tool, there is always an abundance of arcs on the graph. If the arc is extremely stretched, then two objects just had an extra close call. And some get frighteningly close within just a few minutes. In the time I wrote this story, the closest the two objects got to one another was a mere 60 meters. Each arc is color-coded, too, indicating which types of objects are approaching one another. Green arcs indicate two operational satellites that could potentially move out of each other's way. Yellow arcs indicate one movable satellite and one non-maneuverable object. Red arcs indicate two dead objects, which have no choice but to continue on their potential crash course. There are a lot of red arcs on my graph. The visualization is the creation of Maura Bajar, an associate professor at the University of Texas who specializes in tracking orbital debris. He said the goal of the tool is to show that objects skirt by each other all the time, despite the vastness of space around Earth. Things are crisscrossing each other at very high speeds, Jar tells The Verge, noting that some of these objects are moving 15 times the speed of a bullet. These things are traveling really, really fast and definitely coming close to each other. People need to be aware of that. Jar's visualization draws on orbital data collected by the United States Air Force, which is responsible for keeping an extensive catalog of the space objects circulating around Earth. He noted that the graph is just showing predictions based on that data, and the objects' positions could be slightly off. It's also important to remember that while these things are getting close, most of these satellites are relatively small. This is why actual collisions aren't frequent, says Jar. Even though things are coming within a couple hundred. For more on this story, visit the news article link.